Co-host.
What up, Corey?
Oh, man, I'm just here doing my thing.
Oh, yeah.
Talking to you as usual.
We're both about to do our thing.
You look serious right now.
That's right. It's time to get serious.
Yeah, we got to solve some of the world's problems because, that's what we did last week.
Right. We got to solve this Twilight debate between real vampires versus Twilight vampires.
So you really were going to bring that up, huh?
I want to have a 4-hour show about that, Corey.
Damn, boy.
Come on, let's do it.
You know what? I'm just going to...
You got to hear my debate.
I'm going to change the name. Please don't, because I'm going to change the name of that show that Carlisle and I do to the Retarded Hour. The Retarded Argument Hour.
Yeah.
40 fucking minutes about a goddamn movie I don't even care that much about. And furthermore, about vampires, about the opinion of vampires.
Well, since we all know vampires are real, Corey, there's just some things you cannot do in a movie because nobody's going to buy it. Nobody's going to buy it.
Exactly. And since vampires are real, we can actually take a real vampire.
Exactly. We got scientific proof. It's right here on
and
YouTube.
Prove it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We count chocolate exists. Yeah.
We got movies to prove it. Boy, we got all kinds of things to prove it. Corey, I got all kinds of crazy books over here.
We got all science is on our side here.
That's right.
No, man. Okay. So, now, keep in mind, people, I did not bring this up.
No, I brought it up.
Okay, because people going to
Co-host 3000 brought it up.
I don't want people thinking that I went
because,
in trying
to... boy, yeah. did my brain almost short-circuit hearing that craziness you guys are talking about?
Okay, so we're going to talk about the opinions and mythology of vampires. We're going to talk about a story that has been going on for years that personally, I don't know how people are just not sick and tired of hearing about it. We'll bring that up in a little while.
All right.
We're also going to. I'm going to play you. I'm going to play you a trailer for something. I don't know if I'll do it after emails or before emails, but it's something that you will love.
Oh, really?
And you got to see it. Yeah.
All right. I'm looking forward to this now.
Oh yeah. You're
getting my hopes up.
People have seen it already, and I just want to spread the word more about this movie. You'll love it, man.
Oh.
And of course, after that, we got people's emails.
Oh, hooray!
Yeah, man, we got
hip-hop hooray!
We got a full agenda here.
I guess so.
Well, shit, let's quit playing around and get to it, man.
Let's do this! We need to work on that.
I know. Like we'll start doing like dance numbers to it, and choreograph ourselves to it. All right, so now you want to talk about this thing on the show. Now, do you think I was being? You tell me that was I being crazy?
No, I'm surprised you didn't bust out with a shovel and beat Carlisle over the head. Jesus Christ, that's what I would have done. I would have just looked at him while he's going off about what vampires can do and what they can do. I would have just looked at him. Just looked at him.
See,
and then walked away.
I'm sorry. You
looked
at him.
No, I'm not done.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you
were
done.
Walked away while he was still talking. Because obviously he wasn't talking to you. And I would have walked behind him. I would have somehow gotten my magnet out to get out that shovel. It could happen.
Yeah,
and just bashed him over the head.
Man, look, I'm not trying to be. I'm not doing this because I want to prove my point. I'm not. No.
I brought it up because I thought I heard the show. I heard it today, and I heard like half of it before I had to turn it off. But I heard the rant, and I was like, "Wow, this is insane what you guys are talking about."
Well, see, let me tell people what's going on.
Explain to them real quick in case they didn't get to catch it.
So, on a couple of Colwins, or a Coco, as some people know it as, we were talking about the top 5, and then of course at the top movie this past weekend is Twilight.
Yes. Broke records.
Broke $70 million, man.
Yes. And it also broke a record as far as a movie like that coming out with making that kind of money for a female director. Apparently, that's never been done.
Really?
Yeah. That the girl who directed it is now like the first
Hackleford or something like that.
So, I can't remember.
All I know is she's the director of 13.
She's director of 13. Yeah, but apparently, she's the first female director to have a record-breaking movie like that.
Hey, good for her, man.
So, hey, power to the women.
Hey, more power
God
to you.
knows I loves them.
Got a vagina behind the camera, finally making some money. There you go.
Exactly. If they can't be president, goddamn, they're going to make some money behind the camera.
Well, so we're talking about how much money Twilight made and how it was a success.
Right.
Now, if people who heard the review with co-host and I,
right,
This is not a movie that we're crazy about. This is not a movie where I'm trying to defend and champion. It's a movie that we saw because people wanted us to see the movie, and they wanted us to trash it.
No, people wanted us to talk shit. People were hoping for I don't know what they were hoping for Disaster Movie Part 2.
Yeah, they want us to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't do that. We don't play to those whims. We don't. We have our own drummer. We don't need we don't get where we are listening to everybody else. I'm sorry. That's not how it works.
It doesn't. No, we don't trash movies to entertain people. We are very fair, and if the movie was bullshit, we would have said so.
Yeah.
Look, we walked out of it and we thought it was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I was like, wow, I was expecting a lot worse. And
and you liked it better than I did, but I came out saying,
well, I gave it a matinee just because I don't get low matinee. I don't understand what that means.
I know. I know we do with all the
fractions. I just said, hey, if it's going to be a matinee, it's a matinee.
A third of a matinee.
Yeah, I mean, if I saw it on TV, I'd watch it. If it was on TV again and I had nothing else to watch, I'd watch it. I don't care. That chick is hot. Hey, the chick playing Bella, she's hot. Hey, I liked her. Yeah. I liked her in the movie. But it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. So now Carlisle and I are talking about it, and so now here's where the big debate started. Yes. He didn't like the movie at all, and that's fine. I mean, I don't care what people like. That's why we're here. I always say, give it what you give it.
And I was looking forward to hearing what he had to say until I actually heard what he had to say.
But it turned into this big thing about
vampire lore.
He said you can't take a movie and strip it down of everything that a vampire does. Now, he listed these things. He said that these vampires don't do anything that vampires do. They can see the reflection in mirrors.
Yeah. They can walk out in sunlight.
They can walk out in sunlight, and they don't drink human blood, but they drink the blood of animals because they want to be good vampires.
Right.
And he said,
they're still drinking blood,
and they're still drinking blood. But
vampires usually drink. They usually drink rats, right? When they're down and out.
In Interview with a Vampire, they did drink
rats.
Did that.
They did that in Dracula.
So is they saying you're taking away everything that makes a vampire, and it just makes vampires lame. You can't do that. So my argument was, look, that to you maybe that doesn't make a good vampire story because you didn't like this movie, but I can guarantee if it was something where they changed the vampire mythology for a movie that you liked, you would have thought it was cool. Now I didn't say that, but my argument was that not everybody adheres to the same rules.
Right.
I mean,
and nobody shouldn't. I mean, and the thing that shocked me about the argument was I know Carlisle, he tells everyone he's a writer, but at the same time, I would imagine that you being a writer, you should at least you should never tell anybody else how they should or shouldn't write anything. I mean, a writer is free to create whatever they want out of their head, put it on paper, and if it's well written, people will buy into whatever lore you're trying to feed them.
Yeah,
exactly. Think about the person who wrote Dracula. You think they were like, well, there are things I should do and things I shouldn't. No, they pulled all that out of their ass. They made a great book, and there you go. It set the standard. It was a foundation. It is a foundation.
Yes.
There's no rule book. There's no rule book on Dracula or vampires or anything like that to tell you, well, if you ever write about these characters, this is what you can do and this is what you can't. You know what? Hey, look, I created zombies, all right? Zombies always move slow. Don't ever make them run fast because people are not going to buy it, okay? No, I mean that's and I mean we can. And honestly, I was trying to understand who was trying to win what argument there. I didn't think so much you were involved in an argument. I thought honestly, it was kind of hard to listen to Carlisle beat you over the head with trying to convince you that no, these are things you should never do. And him being a writer, I'm like, hey, I like to write too, but if somebody told me, hey, you can't change these characters, I'd be like, hey, fuck you. Well, tell me what to do in my book.
I mean, don't tell me that it doesn't make for cool vampires when you strip them down, because I gave arguments whenever I could get a word in. It was like, I mean, and he did let me talk more than usual, to be fair. I mean, that was after I said, be quiet. But
I always hear more of him than you anyway. So.
Well, I'm just
and that's not because I'm a fan of you, Corey, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. I can tell. After all, you do want to destroy me one day.
That's right.
But, I mean, I'm just telling people, look at what has happened with vampires over the years. My whole argument was, when is the last time we've actually seen a vampire turn into like a flapping bat? Okay, people have like changed that around, but then the whole argument is they don't. Okay, so this vampire in in this movie Twilight, he doesn't even have vampire teeth. And I'm like, well, in Near Dark they didn't have fangs.
No.
And then I said, I Am Legend. It's a virus for vampirism.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not even. It's more like a zombie, like hybrid vampire. Like,
I mean,
those guys are crawling on the walls, going nuts. But I mean,
over the years, vampires have changed from being a spawn of the devil, or being the devil himself, to being creatures of the night, to being romantic figures, to being a fucking guy that peddles chocolate cereal.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we like I said, we have vampires in Life Force.
Right.
There's space vampires.
Space vampires. And are you going to set up rules for space vampires too because of that movie?
I mean,
no.
people don't. I mean, you can come in. Don't agree with either one of us when we have an opinion on something. Right. Don't say that, oh, this person's right about this movie, that person's right about that movie, because. Well, that's opinion. You can't prove it.
You might as well be arguing about God. I mean,
exactly. But the fact is that no, you're wrong if you say you cannot change the mythology of vampires. I mean, especially when there's millions of text and resources where we see vampires being changed all the time. It's ever evolving. Like I said, the skill is in your writing, and it's going to evolve more. Like I told you, if I want to fucking write a story about a werewolf that meows or wants to be a hairdresser, so I can do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you want to write a story about a werewolf who takes dumps and uses those dumps to make cookies and sells them to the people, hey, do that. I'll watch it.
See, I mean, we've taken the werewolf and turned into all kind of stuff. We got were sheep and were cats and all shit. Michael Jackson turned into a werecat and danced and shit. I mean, come on.
Hey, my werewolf is flamboyant and likes to go shopping on Sundays. What, you gonna tell me I can't write about that?
Yeah, God damn it. I mean, Frankenberry.
I'm gonna make werewolves cool for girls. These werewolves are gonna shop. They're gonna watch Oprah. They're gonna talk about lipstick.
Exactly.
And people will buy it.
I mean, look, it's kind of fun because after it was over with, I mean, it wasn't like
no. You know what?
I
listened to it. I mean, it's compelled. I mean, I didn't want to turn it off because I was fascinated to where exactly it was going, and seeing which one of you would really flip out first. Which is half the time I listen to that show, I'm waiting for one of you guys to kill each other. But the thing, and that's the only reason why I listen. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. Please, somebody hit him. Somebody hit somebody. But no. But the thing is, the only thing that kind of made me upset listening to it is hearing somebody try to argue the point that this is set in stone and it should never be changed. I don't like that way of thinking, especially if it's coming from a writer. I mean,
well, it's set in stone.
Writers should never ever think that way.
No,
period, ever.
The imagination
because
is
what
limitless.
else are you going to bring to the table? Are you going to keep telling me the same goddamn story over and over and over again? Because I'll get sick of it. And I mean, as far as Twilight and its movie, the fan base that it created. I mean, it's there, and it's just something that, hey, everybody, you're going to have to deal with it. I mean, they're there, and they're not going anywhere. Yeah. They're not going anywhere, and there are a lot of other kids that are reading those books even more. So, I mean, just get used to the fact that, hey, somebody changed your beloved vampires, and regardless if you like it or not, it's there.
Hey,
but you know what? It's not there for you to like. Nobody is trying to win you over with this idea.
Hey, I gave up on Star Wars a long time ago.
Oh, Star Wars. Yeah,
I mean,
even though I have the original trilogy, I'll watch it, but I'll always think about how things used to be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, look, Star Wars has changed right now, and it's for a different group of people, and I just it doesn't interest me anymore. Now, am I going to deprive these kids who are watching Clone Wars, the new Clone Wars on Cartoon Network, and say, "Oh, don't cut that shit off"? I mean, it's kind of sad to see where it's gone, but what am I going to do? It's there for them.
It is,
and like you said, get used to it.
And if they're the ones who are buying these re-release DVDs that keep coming out with the different covers, so be it. There's nothing I can do. I can be upset, but you know what? It's stupid to try to argue the point that what you like is dumb because what I was into created that foundation, and there's no room for improvement. No, that's bullshit.
And look, I think Twilight is kind of weak. I mean, I liked the movie. Okay, I didn't want to trash it, but I mean, yeah, I've seen much better vampire stories out there. And some of it didn't make sense, like I pointed out. I mean, the vampires going to high school when they really don't have to.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't fucking get it. I just don't. I think that's an oversight right there. But that doesn't mean like because you don't like it that it has to adhere to the rules you set up for a mythology of something, for the rules of something, for the groundwork or the plot of something. I mean, no,
it's just. I mean, hey, and I argue. You know, hey, I was like, hey, I can be the one like, you know, I prefer slow zombies to fast ones, but it works. I'm not going to say that idea doesn't work. I mean, for crying out loud, Dawn of the Dead is the remake is a fantastic movie because of that fact. It's a different movie, but I can accept it. I mean, and I'm not going to bitch and gripe about it. I'm not going to be wearing a shirt only slow zombie rule. I mean, I'm sorry, but no, because it's ridiculous. I mean, I just don't like it when somebody arguing a point like that. It does remind me of the people who argue about religion, or you know, where they try to bash in your head to think differently and just can't respect your opinion, for crying out loud. And that bothers me. I mean, it really does.
I mean,
regardless, it's about some dumb shit, for crying out loud.
Well, like I said, I can come out and say this. It's like, I like. Again, you brought it up. I didn't say anything, so I'm not bringing this up to like try to come
something to talk about. Yeah,
something to talk about. But
something I heard about and I found it fascinating.
Yeah, but I'm annoyed when I'm making I'm just simply giving my opinion. Somebody's like horse shit. I'm like, look, you're not fucking
people
right.
like, you know what? If people like that, when I'm at a bar and somebody's I'm trying to have a discussion and I got somebody screaming at me, they're fucking going down. This is 2 hits, you know, boom, boom. That's it. 2 hits. That's all it takes.
Say, you ready? Huh? I just get up and walk away. But it's on with you.
And when they're in their coma, they can argue all they want. You know, I ain't gonna be there. You know, I thought if I end up accidentally killing them, hey, I'll give them. I'll throw them a couple of bucks so they can buy themselves a drink in hell, so they can think about how they got there.
So the last thing they see is a little silver ball rolling at them.
That's it. And they see my eyes light up.
Boom! Pew!
And then they're in hell, and they're like, hey, where'd this bar come from? I got a couple of bucks. Maybe I'll buy something. How'd I get here? You think about that while you're drinking your beer.
Sure is hot in here. Hey, wait a minute. This is not my vision of hell. It's not supposed to be like this.
That was different. Where are your horns, dude? Nah, I don't like them.
Oh, we gave that up a long time ago.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, we wear 3-piece suits now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We dress nice.
Yeah. No, wait, you're supposed to have hooves.
Yeah, what's it? The devil's wearing a white suit? What? And he's white? Huh? Aren't you supposed to be red, dude?
Nah. That's all a myth. That's the way I look at it. Not my story.
That's all fantasy storybooks and movies you guys like to
listen. No, not in the movies I like.
You guys like to watch that crap.
You go paint yourself red and put some horns on right now because that's the rules. Goddamn.
This ain't no Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
But, man, I tell you, the thing that got me the most, I guess, was the fact that it went on for almost 40 minutes. I was like,
it went on as about as long as this rant that we're having
exactly right now. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, we got
you guys are still talking about that shit.
I was like, I just wanted to. It occurred to me after a while. I was like, shit, man, this is the show's almost over, and we're still talking about this shit. But what can you do?
No, hey, I love the fact that we have somebody like Carlisle who can discuss. Have nice discussions with you about stuff like that, you know, so I can listen to it and get frustrated when I hear that and talk to you about it later on.
Well, just for the record, after it was done, him and I, people think we're fighting and stuff.
I mean, hey, we're always cool.
Yeah, no, it was done and we talked.
Remember when you and I argued? We got in that big argument during the Halloween episode, the Lost episode, when we were talking about Inside. How much I loved it, you hate it. We were calling each other all kinds of racist slurs.
Oh yeah, you metal fucking motherfucking piece of scrap. You.
I was trying to shoot at Corey's nuts.
Goddamn bowling ball.
My lasers were trying to hit Corey's nuts.
I was running across the room dodging. Get your miss, motherfucker. You goddamn.
Get back over here, chocolate man.
You fucking bowling ball.
You're lucky you're black.
Destroy all humanoids. That's how the conversation ended finally.
Exactly.
Just, what did you do? Destroy all humanoids. You missed, bitch.
Target colored, mission destroy.
Oh man, all right. So yeah, we were cool after. Him and I had a good time talking after.
This isn't. Hey, let's beat up on Carlisle. It's
not. But
if it was Cyrus, I'd still be talking about it. If it was Leon, if he ever gets in a word or two, I'll talk about it. No. But no, it was interesting, and I was like, you know what? Let's talk about it. I mean, because I still want to talk about it, but Anyway,
that is the hardest guy to have a conversation with, though. That is. I ain't gonna lie to you. That is the hardest guy to have a conversation with.
Well, if you ever like want to take a break and you want me to do a show with him, I'll be more than happy to tell you no.
Okay. So. I was over here puzzled at first. I was like, "You does not compute." What?
Huh?
You actually want to do a show with him?
No, that wouldn't last 5 seconds. I would have been. He was. Where you going? Where you going, dude?
Rolling out the room.
Where you going? Would have heard me. Fuck off.
All right, man. So
anyway,
now talking about things that I'm sick of talking about. Talking about going on a rant.
Yeah.
Look, earlier today, I had to go to Walmart to buy a cord for the computer so we could record.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at all these magazines, man. There's about 3 magazines. And
magazines, they still sell those?
They still sell those. Believe it or not, we haven't gone completely digital yet.
Yeah.
There's 3 magazines with people on there that I'm just not crazy about right now. I'm watching TV last night. I'm flipping channels on Entertainment Tonight. They're talking about these people. You want to take a guess at who I'm talking about?
Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Wow. I haven't looked at a magazine in like 5 years, but people are still talking about those guys. Man, huh? Why? What happened? What happened?
Apparently something happened now where somebody's having a baby. So I don't really know. Look, God. I don't even need to know. The thing is, I'm really not that judgmental of a person. Yeah. I'll try to be fair with people. But you fucking idiots out there, how long can we talk about these 3 stupid motherfuckers in this love circle? I mean,
3. Wait. Who you talking? Wait, 3.
Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, and Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, you didn't mention that. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah, we're still talking about this fucking love triangle that happened.
How he cheated on her?
Yeah, he went off with Angelina Jolie. Like, who gives a fuck, man? This shit happens every day. Their kids caught up in fucking foster care because of shit. Like, and we're worried about these rich, famous people out there doing this. Who
their
gives
family's
a fuck, man?
Their family's killing each other over that shit, too.
Poor Jennifer Hudson's family got killed over some stupid shit. And we're talking about these people who just, I'm a jilted lover. I can't have his baby. Who gives a fuck?
No, hey, I don't.
I wish.
Close your eyes when you're walking. Don't run into anything, Corey, but close your eyes when you're running through those aisles.
I'm not even. You can't help it. I mean, you're just walking through and you're looking at it, and I'm not looking at it in the middle of Walmart and be like, what the fuck? We got a problem on aisle 13.
Exactly. But the funny thing is, just as much as we are complaining about this, just like we tell those people who bitch about Twilight, hey, get used to it because it ain't going nowhere until until people get sick of it. How come they can't write so how come somebody can't write a book about that, huh? A series of books about that, and they'll make a movie about it. We'll all get to go see it, and half of us can bitch and moan and go, God damn it!
Well, see, look,
my girlfriend's dragging me to see this bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
Brad Pitt's not supposed to have fucking blonde hair. What the hell?
What the hell is this? He's supposed to be with Jennifer Aniston. This ain't how I worked it out in my mind. No, and this is. Nobody's above this. We all like gossip. I don't care who you are.
I don't.
Even you.
No.
Yes. If your favorite porn star got caught in some sort of triangle, you'd be in the middle of it.
I don't believe the hype.
Yeah, you do.
I'll read it.
We all fall into it, man, because we love gossip. Everybody does.
I love those. I love those magazines because you flip through some sections. They have like the best, worst costumes. We see those celebrities wearing those skanky ass outfits, with titties hanging out and everything. I love that shit, Corey. I love it.
Let me tell you something. I'm not above it either. Whenever I'm in line at the grocery store and they got the Inquirer up or some magazine that says, "Look who's got cellulite this year. Look who looks shit in a bathing suit." I have to look.
Oh, dude, you know what the best ones are? It's like, look at these actresses without their makeup.
I know. I know, man. And you know something?
Oh, my God. It makes you kind of think, oh, that is all smoke and mirrors.
Makes you feel good about yourself.
It does. I'm like, golly, look at me trying to shine my metallic face using that turtle wax. Nothing's working.
I am pretty, but no, I actually think that's kind of cruel because they are people, but you can't help but look.
Not. No, they're not people. No, they don't live like us.
They're creatures.
They are. They're creatures of the night, dude. How do you think? Look at Brad Pitt, and I mean, he's like what? He's like 50 now.
I know. It's like, what, 63? He still looks good.
I know.
I got to give it to him, man. They look good. I mean, they got the money to. I'm just, what I'm trying to say here is that I'm not above it. I'll see something. Dr. Phil cheated on his, I want to know. Yeah. You goddamn right I want to know.
I'd be like, who the fuck cheated with him?
Who's that fucking
big old beach whale? A bald-headed bastard with a push broom mustache.
Goddamn. Yeah, it looked like he should be working out behind an apple cart with that mustache.
Damn.
But but no, I love looking at that kind of stuff. But for 5 fucking years, man, who is really that? I mean, if you really want to keep up with this for 5 years, I know what you're saying. It could be, it's my own personal soap opera, except it's kind of real. Well, soap operas have lots of characters. I mean, that's like watching a soap opera with the same 3 fucking people and talking about the same fucking thing.
I know.
I adopted a black kid this week, and Jennifer Aniston doesn't like it. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Who cares? Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
hey,
people.
Thank God we have other things to occupy. I mean, thank God we have other things to occupy our mind with, obviously. But I don't. It is kind of crazy to try to think exactly who is buying this kind of shit. But I guess we can all say that, hey, maybe it's a majority of women out there who wish they'd have the kind of storybook glamorized lifestyle where you can only have problems like that, where you don't have to worry about the husband beating you up, about your kids running around telling you to shut the fuck up,
I was
some form of escapism.
That's what my mom reasoned, because I was like, shut the fuck up, mom. Okay, I'm sorry, shit, mom, I'm sorry. She had those magazines to beat me with when I mouthed off to her.
Turn on that game cord. The fuck you, mama.
I'm going to roll up Jennifer Aniston and pop you on the back of your fucking head with it.
See, I'm blasting these aliens. I'm about to blast your ass out of space. Keep talking to me like that.
You son of a
No wonder Dad hates you.
Man, you're ugly. You look ugly with your makeup off.
Lose some weight.
I'm going to take a picture of you and post it in the magazine.
Where's my microwave pizzas?
I hate you, Mom. Shit, I hate you. Fuck you.
You're a horrible son, Corey.
I'm the best son in the world.
But it has.
I understand its appeal.
It sucks though. No, it sucks. There's so many. There's I wish they could write stories about whoever's trying to fucking cure cancer, for crying out loud. That is something I'll be into.
It gets
but
to
nobody cares.
No, it gets to a point. It's ridiculous when you keep talking about the same people. You realize, because I can understand variety will keep you going.
Yeah.
But the same fucking people just goes to show us how worthless some people are. Well, look, I don't want to be that judgmental. Just how insecure or worthless some people feel in their lives that they got to follow this same shit. I mean, I really feel bad that if you were the kind of person that kept up with Us magazine for 5 years, I mean, who knows? Maybe I am going a little bit too far. Maybe it's a whole different generation of people who are coming up into this and saying,
it's old people,
oh, this is interesting.
It's old people who are still buying those magazines, probably.
Well, look, let's just say that it is. If it's not the same people and they can just rotate this story and get a new crowd in, hey, whatever. What am I going to do? But if it's the same fucking people, if you're the same housewife that has kept up with this shit for 5 years, you have ruined the fucking economy. This is the reason why we're in this shit today.
Exactly.
You're the reason why we had Bush in office. You're the reason why fucking gas prices went high, because you weren't out there really concentrating on important shit. You were concentrating on some bullshit with these 3 fucking Nimrods right here.
You spend all that money on that bullshit.
Yeah.
Haven't you ever heard of the internet? Why do I have to be forced to look at that shit? Put it on the internet and just leave it where it should be. Like, hey, I'm not around showing everybody bestiality. I don't got magazines dedicated to that. It's on the internet where it should be.
Well, you
don't offend nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
Privacy.
Yeah, Corey. Exactly. Well, people, I love watching sheep hump each other, but
I love it.
But people, I don't have magazines about in the grocery store where I can show people every day.
I wish I could. I buy it every week.
Sexy raccoons. Exactly. I can't put that magazine up. Look, people. Okay, before you start writing in, we don't watch sheep fucking each other. We don't watch raccoons wearing lingerie or anything. All right.
I do.
Well, you can, because you ain't human.
I do what I want.
So I go to jail behind some shit like
I'm
this.
a robot.
I like what he said, too. I'm a robot. Hello, I'm a robot. So, people, that is my little problem. And what are you going to do? We all have.
Stop going to grocery stores, Corey.
This, because people would, no, when can I order my groceries over email?
I know, do that.
Damn it. You have to look at that
done
shit.
Through the computer.
Computer! Oh, man. And hey, look, comic book people do the the same thing. And I've heard people. I mean, look, me. I do the same. We all have our little niche that we like to talk about.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about for 5 fucking years, but okay. Anyway, so let's move on.
Yeah. Angelina Jolie needs to hurry up and get naked because I'm getting bored of her.
Yeah, exactly. Show me some.
I don't give a rat's ass about your
got
kids.
topless before.
Just show me the kids that you're hiding.
Shit, you want? Yeah, you know what? You want to be on a magazine cover? Be on a magazine cover with your ass all exposed.
That's right.
Get your
Give
top
me something
down.
to look at.
Yeah,
then I'll pick up those damn magazines.
You so proud of that body of yours? Fucking take. Hey, but Brad Pitt, he looks good for his age, man.
That son of a bitch,
that motherfucker's
man.
my hero. I got to give it to him.
That's a vampire right there. And hey, he's walking out during the day.
Exactly.
He's getting his goddamn picture taken.
And you know he's a vampire.
Hell, no shit.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Can't nobody look like
Look
that.
at him. Every time they take pictures, his skin glitters.
Don't nobody look that good without drinking human blood.
Exactly.
That shit. You know that's a fact. I got proof of that. I won't tell you how, but I do.
Oh, Brad, your skin looks like glitter.
Oh man, talking to yeah, he walks out and stuff like. So, want to move on to something that we talked about. Let's move on to the nerdy shit now.
Yeah,
we covered the celebrity gossip.
Nerd time.
We slammed our fellow host on the shows here on Spill. So now let's go ahead and talk about some video game shit.
Yeah, let's do it.
If you aren't into video games are beginning to. Really, they're making more money on average than movies are, I believe.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't have any numbers in front of me, but I heard that they're actually grossing more. The industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and they're making more than actual movies themselves.
I know a guy who buys fucking video games. As soon as something comes out, he's buying it.
Okay, you ain't going to talk about me bad, all right?
Those things are like $50, $60 a pop, man. That's crazy.
I know somebody
You can run a country with that video game money, for crying out loud.
And see... It's not like movies. Game companies, they really rely on those sales.
Oh yeah.
Somebody told me, they said, "Man, Corey, if you buy so many games, you should get your Xbox modded and just download the games." And I'm saying, you know what? I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because if a company makes a really good game, though, it's really hard, especially in this economy. I've worked in not necessarily in this industry. I've worked with people who were in it, and I've worked kind of alongside it. I did more of the educational stuff, but it's all the business model is sort of the same. And those companies, they come and go so easy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, a game.
I bet. I mean,
if you don't have a franchise,
I remember you guys were like going from job to job. I mean,
oh yeah,
it's tough. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not easy, man. Unless you have a successful franchise that you can ride on, and even then, you might be a company that helps develop that franchise.
Yeah.
But they could take it somewhere else and have another company develop that game. I mean, they did that with the Silent Hill. They took it and had another company do it. I think they do that. Rockstar.
Who did Silent Hill? Is it Konami?
Konami does it, but Konami gets different companies to develop.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. For people who don't know, Silent Hill is a horror video game. I know if you're not into video games, I'm going to try to keep you up along with things. But but anyway, video game companies, they're not very stable sometimes. So I don't like to copy games.
Yeah, that's crazy. Depending on how much those damn games cost.
I mean, sometimes I can't blame people. I mean, however, here's the good thing though: you can rent a game. Yeah, a game's not like a movie where you have to go see it at the theater and it's a one-time experience and you have to pay for it again. Right. Some games you can rent. And if you have a memory card or a hard drive in your system, you can get that game again later. Or you could probably beat it in a weekend. Because games these days, they're not like back in the Atari days.
Oh, no.
You can play games infinitely.
Yeah, exactly.
A motherfucker would go mad trying to play a game. You know, the kid would sit up there, when is it going to end?
Damn you, asteroids.
Yeah, you remember asteroids would go in a loop and you would still be sitting up there playing.
Am I still in the same galaxy? What's wrong?
Exactly.
Didn't I just destroy this asteroid?
A motherfucker never saw the end of Pac-Man coming.
No.
You kids today, back when like Pac-Man was out, Pac-Man, you didn't get an ending where Pac-Man came out and said the end and had a big.
You got hypnotized. No, you got hypnotized. You just kept on playing.
You just like
the screen would turn a different color. That's about it. That's about all you got.
What the fuck does this end?
Exactly.
How many fucking dots can this thing eat? I can't keep running from these ghosts. This is madness.
I need to have Pac-Man's metabolism. Jesus.
Yeah, what's his secret? What kind of fucking?
Where do these ghosts come from? What's the backstory?
You know, Pac-Man's a vampire. That's why. But no, so today with games, they're actually like movies now. You play through them, and we get some sort of big cinematic ending. And unless you have these casual games that are coming out now, where they're kind of a reflection of what games used to be.
Right.
They even have board games transferring to,
which is cool. I mean, hey, I can understand. I mean,
you can keep playing Tetris over and over again.
I tell you what, I think the one console that's kind of bringing that back is the Wii. I think, as far as like the tennis and stuff like that, it's like they're making like Pong and shit like that. It's still simple, but now it's interactive, and it's like you don't have to. It's not really about getting to the next level. It's just how long can your body? How much of that can your body take?
I was talking to some kids, and they were saying, "What do you think?" And then we're talking about hardcore gamers, and we're talking about. They're asking me. So then this is back when we had the so-called next generation console wars. PlayStation 3 was coming out, Xbox was in the game. Nintendo didn't really have anything, but Nintendo said, "We're bringing out the Wii." And be like, that's a stupid fucking. That's the most stupid fuckingest name I've ever. Like I admitted that word fuckingest. Exactly. That's the most stupidest fuckingest name I've ever heard.
You can't do that to game consoles.
Yeah, Wii. That's gonna be stupid. And then I was like, yeah, that doesn't sound good at all. But I started reading on it, and then I heard about the games they would have, and I said, okay, what you probably don't realize is that these are games like they had back in the day where people because. Even remember when Atari was out? People still have Atari, and your family could play it because everybody you could just fall right into it. It was
walk
simple.
Right in. Yeah, you didn't have to know any backstory. You didn't have to learn like 20 different buttons on your goddamn controller trying to figure out shit. How do I open up the goddamn door again? How do I run?
Where am I going? Well, shit. Yeah, no. Fucking Space Invaders. Boom. Anybody can play that shit. Pac-Man. My mom loved Pac-Man. When we got Pac-Man on when they start bringing it out on Nintendo, you can play it on your computer. My mom was like, yeah, "This is good. I like this." Who is this Pac-Man?
Hey, I love Pong, boy. I tell you what, I can't get enough of Pong.
But I
talk about slow, easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Cruise. I can cruise down the street playing Pong. Boom, 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 boom. I like that beat. You get some music out of that too.
Exactly.
Boom, boom, boom.
I mean, they brought in. They brought in a version of Pong out where it got like a little faster, and when they changed the speed, you heard it, and you're like, "Oh shit, that's technology right there, boy." But when they brought out the Wii, I said, "Man, look, Wii's gonna be huge. That's gonna. You want to talk about console wars? Wii is gonna beat everything because." Everybody's gonna be accessible to it.
Oh yeah,
I didn't think grandmothers would be getting into it like they're talking about right now. That was like, whoa! This far exceeds expectations. But yeah, man. I mean, because they got shit on there like people doing yoga with their Wii.
Oh yeah,
Wii Sports.
Wii Fitness for crying out loud.
Think in a bar, people got Wiis in bars now where they rent out the controllers. You got to give your ID to people and get a controller. And people, the first time I played Wii was at a bar playing bowling, and I had the best time of my life. Man.
Oh yeah,
it was.
Hey, dude, Wii kicks ass. I mean, I play the goddamn thing, and hey, I love it.
Yeah, we gave that to you, so you shut up down here.
And thank God, you dumbasses. Thank you. No, man, I got my Resident Evil, I got all that good shit. Yeah. Oh, but I tell you what.
What?
Speaking of games, I just played the other night the new, as much as I hate to say it, the new Star Wars Clone Wars lightsaber duel.
Was it good?
Game? Holy cats, dude! That game kicked my ass.
Really?
I was worn out like a $2 whore after playing that game.
Trying to wave that controller around?
Yeah, you're like waving your remote and you're fighting with lightsabers. I mean, you're doing all the lightsaber swings with that remote, going apeshit crazy. I mean, I wish it didn't have Clone Wars attached to it. I mean, I wish it would have had like the original Star Wars, something I like. But that game kicked ass. I mean, and you're doing the same shit. You're just fighting different characters, but boy, if you get into it like me, Corey, you go ape shit crazy.
Well, see, you turn to Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
get to the chopper.
The dark side's going down.
Like if you had a tongue, it's like you would swallow it.
Your powers are weak, old man.
Man, well, see, that's the thing about the Wii. You sit up there and you got to wave that shit around. It's not like pressing buttons.
Oh yeah, no. You got to work your fat ass.
Shit, I remember when I played Resident Evil on there. I was like, because you pointed like you're shooting a gun.
Yeah,
no zombies came out. I jumped through the fucking window. I thought it was real. Like no,
not through the TV. You dummy, that's HD.
No, I jumped out through a window. I was outside the studio. I had to come back up the stairs.
A real window.
Ooh, but that's a real experience right there. Where was I? Jump out the window again.
Would have been hilarious. You tried to jump through the HD television.
I'll get you.
Your ass just falls all over the place. All my DVDs.
Yeah, you hear all the DVDs falling off, fucking furniture falling over,
pots and pans. What the hell are you doing, Corey? The last time you played my shit.
Well, man, a lot of people criticize my boy High.
Oh, yeah,
talking about there's a game
him.
people.
I told him. I made it worse. I'm like, man, you got all kinds of people calling you dumbass.
No, man.
People say you're wrong. You're dead wrong. You're dumb.
You're
dumb.
dead wrong.
They say you're stupid.
You're dead to me, High.
They don't like you, High.
Well, look, we played Left 4 Dead last night. Yeah. Left 4 Dead, people, is a zombie game. If anybody's seen any zombie movies, it pretty much puts you in the middle of that scenario. You're in the middle of a city during a zombie outbreak, and you got to get out alive. At least that's the level that we played. I heard they got different versions of it. They got like 4 different scenarios on the game that you can play. But it's all the same thing. You got to get to a boat or a chopper or something to get you out of danger, take you somewhere safe, evacuate. So him and I played. We played for not long. We played for a good 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
And we got past the first scenario, and it was fun.
And okay,
but
I feel like a review's coming on. Yeah,
well, it's not gonna look. I just want to defend High a little bit because I got those same emails where it's like, don't listen to High. He's crazy. This game is great. And hey, it's a fun game, but really, there's not a whole lot of variation to it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I don't play online.
Neither does High. Yeah, that's what
okay. I might start soon because Gears of War he brought over too, and that looks great.
Right.
But this Left 4 Dead, it was cool. It was fun. I loved zombies. It was great acting that out. I love it that you actually have to depend on each other in the game because there's 4 people in the game, and you have to. When somebody's dying, you have to help them up. People can't defeat certain monsters unless you all attack. So you can't be one of those people who are like, fuck this, I'm gone.
Right.
Because chances are if you leave, you're going to die too.
Yeah.
So, but we don't play online, so I can see how it could be. It could be
another experience. I mean,
if playing online, playing with people you don't know.
Like I tell people, like we were talking about this earlier, like Counter-Strike. I mean, you're practically doing the same thing over and over again. You're in a different scenario where you got to go reach a flag, and you're depending on people you don't know to help you get through it.
Exactly.
So that's all part of the fun. I mean, because you're still doing the same shit over and over again, but you're either with a different team or, you're either with your friends or you're not with your friends playing online. So it can be a whole, different experience every time. And I think half of the excitement is you're actually interacting with people who are doing different things than what you're doing. And you're not left wondering what your computer's going to do.
Yeah.
You're talking amongst your teammates trying to figure out what's the proper tactic, what's the proper move, what's going to work. So you get really involved.
That's kind of what you do here. And
you pull a Leroy Jenkins. Leroy Jenkins.
What's that from?
You never seen that? Oh, it's where they're playing a World of Warcraft. And some people claim that we got our name from that game. Well, not from the game, but from that clip. I'll show it to you in a little while.
So I don't even know what that clip is.
Are
so
you
I should
serious?
tell you.
Oh man, it's been around forever. These guys are playing World of Warcraft, and they're all huddled up. They're discussing about what they're about to do in the next room. Which apparently, as soon as they go into this room, all hell's going to break loose. So they have everything planned out to a T. And there's one, you can see this one character is kind of anxious because you see him jumping up and down. And then as soon as the guy's talking, you hear some guy on the speaker going, all right, let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. And he just fucking bum rushes into the room. And everyone's like, where's Leroy go? He went in. Let's go! And they all run after him. And as soon as they run in, they all get slaughtered. And everyone's getting killed. And then you start to hear, God damn it, Leroy! It's like, it's not my fault.
So what you're saying is we don't need any Leroy Jenkins around in these games.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the fun. I mean, that would be the only reason why I'd ever play those games, just to
fuck up everybody else.
It was hilarious. I'll show you that clip in a little while.
Left 4 Dead, man. I don't want to criticize the game. I don't play online, so it's probably not that great of an experience for me after the first time because everything is very repetitive. I mean, you see the same zombies, the same big monsters, and and you can just keep starting over. So it doesn't seem to have any real sense of urgency to it also. But anyway, it's a fun game. Gears of War is the game I want to play. That game, he brought that game over too. That game,
I know. He was telling me about that, and he was like, "Dude, you have to play it."
You want to talk about how much games are turning into movies? I mean, the game is very cinematic. It plays out a storyline like a movie. It looked pretty amazing. I didn't get a chance to play because we playing fucking Left 4 Dead all night. But But yeah, I can't wait to get that game.
Yeah, I need to go over. Yeah, he said he sneak my ass over there sometime, so he
smuggle you over there,
hook me up, and play those games. So, but yeah, he's up till like 4 a.m. playing that shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, I had to work. Well,
sometimes,
I had to work, and it got to the point where after we played Left 4 Dead, he's like, "I'm gonna show you Gears of War," and I said, "Man, you don't want to show me Gears of War. You just want to play it." And sure enough, he starts playing. He just zones.
Yeah,
man.
He's zoned out.
You ever see when he plays games? He is gone.
Dude, you zoned out when you were playing that Resident Evil. I didn't know what the hell you were doing. I was like, I hope you're having fun over there, Corey. Corey?
I do the same thing, man. I would sit up there and not even say a word to anybody. You should have seen me playing Dead Space by myself. I was just in a room, this far from the screen. Dead Space is a great game, people. You should check that out. So anyway, that is okay. We got all that covered right there. Now, I guess people are saying, well, what about me?
What about you?
Exactly. What about you? What about you?
Who cares about you? Nobody likes you.
What about my emails? That's why I'm here.
Email time for the people.
Well, go ahead and get into your emails.
Yes.
This will be a good time to pause and take our halfway break here.
Yeah.
Render out the audio.
I need a drink.
And and we'll be back. All right, co-host, welcome back.
Yo, what's up?
Email time. That's what's up.
Email time.
See what these people are talking about out here.
Let's do it.
Talking all this crazy stuff. All right, for this. Excuse me, people. I should have taken care of this a little while ago, but I'm going to go ahead and put the computer on my lap. Well, look, let me
put your reading glasses on, Corey.
For a little fireside chat here. Now let me move. Let me rearrange some things here because I'm trying to.
Hey, watch it.
Because I'm trying to bring the computer on my lap because it's very tiny writing right
Corey
here.
Has all these wires all over him right now. He looks like he's trapped in bubble gum.
I like somebody threw a net on me. Help me. I'm like a lion. They just trapped me with a net. Boonk. Help me. All right. Black spaghetti.
You got it all figured out there, Corey?
No, I do not. As you can see, I'm still struggling over here.
He's choking himself with his wire right now.
Yeah. The more I move, the tighter it gets around my neck. You're going to hear me. Wait a minute.
Stop squirming.
Make one move here. Okay. Our first email here.
All dramatic. Dramatic pause.
You like that?
First
email this evening comes from Jasmine. So Jasmine has this to say. Let me see. I haven't looked at any of these emails like usual.
What a pretty name
for a pretty girl.
Oh, is she hot?
No, I don't know. Hell no, I ain't got a picture of her up here. That is a good question, Jasmine. If you'd like to let us know if you're hot or not, that'd be all right. Unless you're like 14, we don't mean anything.
No. If you're over the age of 17,
please
all
let us know.
new pictures will be more than welcome.
Please. Well,
yes.
After all, we spend all this time trying to entertain you.
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't you pay us back for
exactly. You don't see me and Corey getting anything out of this.
Exactly. Except each other's miserable company.
Yeah, I get to talk about vampires
for 40 minutes. So Jasmine says the title of her email is The Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
So you already know some bullshit.
Is that what you did? Is that the one you picked?
It's the first one up there.
All right. Screw it. Let's see what happens.
She says, "Can you explain to me why people love The Little Mermaid so much?
No.
I have watched it over and over, and I just don't get it."
Oh,
okay.
No.
Now the simple
let me
answer
tell you the conspiracy revolving around the Little Mermaid. All right, that little fishy bitch is a communist. Goddamn it, she's fighting for the Reds.
That little fishy
and
bitch.
I think she worships Satan.
Well, listen. The most logical answer to this would be, people like things for different reasons. I mean, that's what we've been saying all night. We can't
exactly. Yeah, I don't know. That's not.
It's
nothing
a story
I'm into.
I would say that you're the odd one out if you don't like it, because apparently a lot of people do. But I don't know. I mean, look, I can't say it because there's a lot of shitty movies that we make fun of and love. People love them. But there is a reason why The Little Mermaid is sort of a landmark film for Disney.
Yeah.
believe the movie came out in 1990. Before that, the animation department had been kind of going down. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I should look this up. I think Jeffrey Katzenberg came into Disney and kind of took over the animation department. Mm-hmm. And look this up for me. I think Jeffrey Katzenberg came into the animation department and started changing things around. And The Little Mermaid was the first of this new wave of hits for Disney, which was followed by Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, and of course The Lion King was in there. They had some other movies such as The Hunchback of Notre Dame and all that. But the Disney movies that we consider classic, because before that they had things like Oliver and Company. Nobody remember. Do you remember a movie called Oliver and Company?
Oliver and Company. Yeah. Was that with the dogs?
The
talking dogs. Yeah.
But nobody
I never
really
saw it.
And as a matter, at that point, Disney was actually thinking about not keeping their animation department open.
I remember there's talks about that.
They were making a lot of money with Touchstone Pictures because there was a big fervor over not even fervor, but there was when people found out that Touchstone Pictures was part of Disney, there was a little bit of shock among people who didn't know, because Disney's known for doing just pure family entertainment,
pure animation.
Touchstone Picture was their distribution company that did rated R movies.
Right.
Ruthless People was one of them, and so when people found out that Disney did that, they were like, wait a minute. And so Disney just said, fuck it, man. We're making money with doing these movies through Touchstone Pictures, and we can probably make some money through Disney live action movies.
Say goodbye to the animation department.
Yeah, and so they were about to get rid of the animation department.
They'll always have their milestone animation, which they'll re-release, take them off the shelves, and re-release them again.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll keep doing that for every new format to come out. Yeah.
And Little Mermaid came out, and that they turned the animation department around.
Sorry, Corey, I can't find anything about The Little Mermaid as far as
I was trying to find out about Jeffrey Katzenberg, because really, I mean, like I said, I didn't read these emails. I haven't done the research. I think I don't even know Jeffrey Katzenberg was part of Disney at one time. I think he was before he went over to DreamWorks, because that's why DreamWorks brought him over to do their animation department, because he had such a run of success with Disney. So I'm trying to look this up too right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to look him up.
See who's first.
Yeah.
I'll beat you to it.
And it says on Wikipedia, who gives a shit?
Okay, so we can move on.
No, it just takes me to his name, but it just it has all these links, and it's not really showing
fuck
anything.
It. You ain't even trying to look at that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
hey, do some research. Take what Corey gave you and look it up, and then
tell me next week.
Tell Corey next week. Send all that email to Corey's page.
You fucked up. You dumb son of a bitch.
Research.
All right. So people look that up and see if Jeffrey Katzenberg was truly part of the Disney animation department. He changed it around.
If we find some answers, we'll talk about it next week. There's always next week.
There's always next week. So anyway, we'll go ahead and move on.
Next.
Move on to our next email here. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I found something. As a studio head, Katzenberg was responsible for turning the studio around and creating some of the most critically acclaimed and highest-grossing animated features from that Disney released. They had Who Framed Roger Rabbit in 1988, The Little Mermaid in 1989, and Beauty and the Beast in 1991. So yeah, he did come in and he changed that department around.
Yep.
Yeah, so there
You're
you go.
right,
you
Corey.
Dumb mother. Don't you ever doubt the wisdom of KC.
KC.
AKA.
Oh, my God. Stop while you're ahead.
Hey,
what was the question? Why do kids like Little Mermaid?
Well, she was wondering why do people like The Little Mermaid? The Little Mermaid actually is a really good story. I mean, I guess
I never saw it. I never saw the film.
Yeah, look, we've sat through years of Disney movies that have kind of followed the same formula. But when The Little Mermaid came out, it was that was a landmark movie for them. Yeah. So
I'd imagine it would just be about two star-crossed lovers, basically.
Well, Disney had a knack. At that time, their creative department had a knack of changing these, of bringing in these fairy tales and fables, and really adding this twist to them that really modernized them, and that's what they did with the Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
and they really knew how to make I mean, look, it's a formula now, but like I said, they have, and it's one that they've been repeating.
Yeah.
The whole formula of bringing in the sidekick, bring in some songs written by some Oscar-winning gay guys. So
lovers that shouldn't be together.
Yeah, and they had just the right amount of humor with it that kept it modern. I mean, they added just the right touch of pop culture until they hit Aladdin, which was overboard, but I love Aladdin. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to Play It, Sam, who has...
Oh, that's his name?
That's Play It. He thought I was just saying, exclaiming, "Play it,
Sorry.
Sam!"
I just ruined your whole.
You didn't really have a joke or anything. I wasn't like, "Ladies and gentlemen, play it, Sam."
Play it, Sam.
No, I didn't have anything elaborate going on with this.
Yeah, play it, Sam.
That's the big thing about Casablanca. Everybody thinks he says, "Play it again, Sam."
Yeah.
Actually, he didn't say that.
He didn't say that. Yeah.
He said, "Play it, you black ass motherfucker." No, he didn't say that. He was talking. I think Louis Armstrong.
Will play it.
He said, "Play it," but say, "Play it."
Yeah.
God damn it.
Somebody misquoting like us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They had Wikipedia at the time.
Right.
So
No Wikipedia back then.
All right. So Play It, Sam. He says he had a whole long.
Oh, boy, my favorite.
Long email, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. He's talking about Watchmen. He's talking about how he didn't really care for 300, which Zack Snyder directed.
Right.
And Zack Snyder is moving on to direct The Watchmen. And he's afraid that The Watchmen is going to be just all visual because he says,
what's wrong with that?
That's what 300 was. And you know what? You're right. I agree with you. 300, I thought was cool, but when you think about it, that story was kind of stupid. It really
but you know what? I still love that goddamn movie. I don't care what anybody says. I'll still watch it. I mean,
I liked it too.
I think it kicks ass. I think it's just like, you say what you want about it, but you know, that movie and Conan, as far as like people getting slaughtered and killed. I mean, Conan is just a great film. I hate to compare it to 300, but 300 is right next to it. I mean, as far as just a kick-ass like guy film, honestly.
I will argue with people that regardless of what you think about 300, it really it resonated with people some way.
Oh yeah,
because it had an impact.
Oh yeah, it did.
It had an impact on pop culture. I mean, shit, fucking Meet the Spartans. So
yeah. I mean, hell, everyone and your mother screaming, "This is Sparta!"
Exactly.
You know? I mean, come on, give the goddamn movie some credit. So I always get annoyed when people are like 300 ain't that great. Whatever, dude. I mean,
at the time, a lot of people loved 300 when it came out. I came out, and I didn't say it was great, but I did say, I like this movie. I like this movie a lot. I had fun with it.
I thought it kicked ass.
I don't look at anything deep.
When I heard somebody that didn't like it, I wanted to kick him in the nuts and into that huge hole. I was like, dude, this movie. Anytime a movie makes me want to kill, whenever I leave the theater, that's a great movie for me.
That's the movie that makes you want to hurt somebody.
I wanted to fight. I wanted to hurt everybody.
Fight somebody on the ass. Well, I think there is sort of a backlash against that movie. It was one of those movies that had such an impact on pop culture, had such success, and a lot of people
because it's a cool thing to do.
Well, a lot of people just got. I imagine when you hear something just said over and over again, like "This is Sparta," you see movies being made about it, certain techniques being done the same way from the movie. Yeah, it's easy to come out and say, "Okay, I'm tired of this movie. I'm gonna just backpedal and say, hey, this movie's full of shit."
Right.
So that's me. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But Zack Snyder's going on to direct The Watchmen, and Play It, Sam says, who would you have liked to have seen direct the film? Are you anticipating the film? And earlier, like I said, he said he didn't think Zack Snyder would make a good director for this movie. It has yet to be seen. And again, the majority of people who thought he was good for it are not. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
But there, and you just mentioned it. You said there was an article in Entertainment Weekly, and I had seen some things, read some things online and some other places where if you don't think Zack Snyder's the guy to direct this, you should probably go back and look at some of the other big name directors that were going to take this. We had what's his name? Terry Gilliam.
Terry Gilliam, yeah,
wanted to do.
It was a struggle for him to get that movie. Well, he was in the process of planning for it, trying to get it made, and then apparently he just broke down and said, this film, this book is unfilmable.
Yeah, he was the one that coined it, unfilmable.
Yeah, and and then later on they tried to get him back on it. Like he left the project. I think they begged him to come back on again. he had thoughts about it, but he wanted to turn it into a miniseries
on HBO. I think, which that might not have been a bad idea.
Yeah. I don't know as far as like the budget, how it would have looked. I mean, considering I don't know what the year was when they were considering doing that for HBO.
Yeah,
but I mean, as far as visual elements and there's no telling how it would have turned out.
There was a version that they were talking about making, I think even as far back as the 80s, maybe 1990, where it was going to have Bull Durham, Waterworld.
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. He was going to be the Night Owl. He was
really?
Yeah, and there was a version that I forgot the director for that, but they were going to have him do that, and they were going to change some things around. Yeah. And then Paul Greengrass, who did the 9/11 movie. What is it? Flight United 83.
Yeah, United 183.
183.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he was going to direct that.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And now again, Zack Snyder came in and said, "I want to try to make as faithful as an adaptation of this movie as I can."
Well, before that, what would have been interesting to have seen was Darren Aronofsky.
Oh, that's right.
Was planning to,
but he was changing. He was going to change that around.
Yeah, he was going to change it around a lot. But then he decided not to do it because he was working on the last film he did, The Fountain.
The Fountain, yeah.
So yeah, he then he left the project. But
and so there's a SketchUp of Dr. Manhattan floating around that you can actually see. Mm-hmm. Now, compare that picture of Dr. Manhattan and Paul Greengrass's version of The Watchmen to Zack Snyder's version.
Yeah.
And Dr. Manhattan is weird. He's got some weird neck flesh, like he doesn't really have a neck. Mm-hmm. He looks like Dr. It's a black and white sketch. And he looks like Dr. Manhattan. You can't tell what the color would be like, but he looks like Dr. Manhattan up until you get to his shoulders.
His shoulders,
and it looks like just a mound of flesh up there with a face on it. And I don't know why they would even do something like that. But Zach, look, the movie, it's not going to be a faithful adaptation no matter what, at least not in theaters, because if you read Watchmen, and Watchmen, for people who don't know, it's a graphic novel. It's probably it's touted as being one of the greatest graphic novels of all time. It's considered to be a great novel, period.
Yeah.
And it was groundbreaking, because I remember people saying that it was even taught in college classes.
University.
Yeah. So it's a great just piece of literature. But it's dense. You have articles in there that just...
Oh, yeah. You got tons of articles.
You have stories that are being told within a story.
Yeah, the Black Freighter.
Yeah, the pirate story. Yeah,
which that's going to be on DVD. And then apparently the story... the rumors that they plan on incorporating that once it gets released on DVD, because I mean I know we talked about this before, where they're going to release I guess like a 2-hour 30-minute version of the film, and then eventually, and I think at the same time they're talking about, as soon as the film comes out, the Black Freighter is going to be available on DVD at the same time, because they're really hoping with this plan to start a new way of promoting films. Because apparently, there's still a problem with people not seeing movies, and they're trying to do this a different approach, and they're going to start with this movie as far as instead of usually, you have to wait for the DVD to come out like a month later or so. The movie's out, then I'm sorry, they'll put out a DVD first, like with what is it? The story Chronicles of Riddick. They had an animated feature. They did the same thing with Van Helsing. But they had it out like months before the movie actually came out. Apparently, nobody really gave a shit at that time. But with this, it's going to be animated. Gerard Butler's going to be doing the voice. He's going to be the voice of the
main pirate.
The main pirate.
Well, he wasn't even a pirate.
He's not a pirate. Yeah. But the captain, I think. But,
okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he's going to be on it. But what they're going to do is they're hoping to release the DVD the same time as the movie, so people can go get the DVD. If they're into it, they'll go see the movie, because the movie will be out. And eventually, when the movie leaves the theaters, there's going to be an extended version, like the Lord of the Rings, with stuff they had to take out because of the running time. Because the studio does not want anybody to be putting out a 3-hour plus movie. But there's stuff they shot for it that they're going to incorporate it later on. And they're also, on top of that, they're going to incorporate that that footage that was taken out, along with inserting the Black Freighter into the DVD. So, I mean, hopefully everyone will be happy.
Well, I think that they could actually release a DVD with extras. So, in the book where you get all these articles and you see all these extra pictures and they have letters that the characters have exchanged with each other.
Oh, they could throw that on the DVD.
You can see all those on the DVD, and they don't need any real big explanation. Yeah. You can kind of make the connection yourself when you read them.
It's funny because as much as I am looking forward to the film coming out, because, I mean, the new trailer just blew me away. I'm like, I cannot fucking wait. I'm really anxious to get my hands on that DVD whenever it comes out. The super extended version.
So,
I mean, I'm more looking forward to that than anything.
A lot of people are nervous about the ending, too. I won't tell you what the ending is. People who have read the ending, they know what it is. They say they're going to change it to something that's a little more realistic, even though we're talking about superheroes.
And you know what? And I want to say that I read just recently about, like, as soon as it came out about them, their version of the ending for the theatrical cut, I heard they may change it up in the extended version, like the way it's supposed to be. So who knows? Now I'm really trying hard, like to make sure that I read that correctly. But I want to say I did read something about that where they were talking about because obviously nothing's been done yet for the DVD as far as them planning it out, as far as anything set in stone. But there's a good chance that you could possibly get the correct ending in the extended DVD version. Yeah. Just like, I don't know if you'd ever really paid attention to the Lord of the Rings DVDs, the extended versions.
I never saw them.
Oh my God, they're incredible. I mean, if I don't have the theatrical versions, the extended versions are apparently a little bit more faithful to the book. And they even changed some scenes around where you saw it in a theater one way, and it's a completely different.
Well, I'm about to unplug your ass and steal them, man.
Hey, you better watch it. You better
take them out of here.
You better bring them back. And they better not have any weird stains on them, like when Cyrus borrows shit from me.
What am I going to do? What am I?
I know you
jerking off to hobbits. What am I?
You be jerking off to them elves, dude. I know you're like into like Liv Tyler and that other chick.
Well, hey man, what's his name? Man, a good-looking elf. I thought, like, damn, that's a dude.
Who?
Orlando Bloom. Yeah, I was like, I thought that was a chick the whole time. I mean, damn.
Corey, you keep that.
Sorry, man. I'm honest. I'm out there with mine.
Oh my God. Well, hopefully you and him will have like a great, My Little Mermaid storybook romance.
Well, only if he wears the ears, that wig. So. Let's go into our next email question here. This is a pretty simple one, but we have a tendency to like take simple emails and turn them around and make them crazy.
I know. I was like, what did I just do? Just ran on.
Well, look at me. I'm going off about the Little Mermaid. I mean, shit.
That's true.
We're doing
I don't feel so bad now.
Journalistic, investigative research, trying to find out about the Little Mermaid. Get me this Katzenberg. Bring him to me now. Who is this Katzenberg? So, this is from Joker 91.
Oh, another joke.
Another joker. He's just 91. Damn, you got in early, man.
Jesus Christ.
He wants to know. He says, one movie. Let me see. Okay, have you guys ever seen a movie that you felt was great but was extremely underrated? One movie that he felt this way about, he says, is Lucky Number 11 with Bruce Willis and Morgan Freeman. I thought it was a well-written script, and the ending completely caught me off guard. Do you agree? Any others you can think of? Thanks. Look, we see so many movies that don't even get close to being released in a theater sometimes that, we say that's a very underrated film.
Yeah. Like Let the Right One In? Even though, it has been released, but
that's
it's been limited.
Film and it's limited release.
But I think it should get so much more attention. I mean, just
is there a wide movie release? Okay. Here's one. I saw it first and said, I hate this movie, and I am guilty of actually riding that wave of people who just said this is a bad movie.
Yeah.
But I looked at it again, and Pootie Tang is funny.
I told you.
Pootie Tang is funny, man.
Every time I mention, man, Pootie Tang kicks ass, and everyone would look at me like somebody threw shit at me and just wanted to look the other way, and I'm like, hey, you bastard! Pootie Tang kicks ass. Pootie toddy toddy. Sadate.
I'm not half proud, whatever he says. Yeah, no, I saw Pootie Tang one day because I sneaked in when I was coming out of another movie, and I saw it, and I was like, Oh, whatever, man.
You didn't love that dirt dude? Man, but, he throws dirt all. What was his name? Dirty D.
Yeah,
he had he's like patting himself with dirt. He's like, I love dirt. He just got a big old chunk of dirt. It's like licking all over it. It's like taking a bite out of dirt. It's like patting himself down. That guy was awesome, dude.
No, man, I love the scene where he's trying to get to his room and that chick is hanging on to him. And he puts a little sauce of milk out for her.
Yeah, that's right. And I love that movie, dude.
That scene where he pop people in the mouth with his belt.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, Pootie Tang is funny. Can you think of one?
I was about to say The Mist when you said movies that came out and just
underrated. Well,
underrated. I fucking love that movie. I don't care what anybody says. Just the effects. I mean, I know some people. I know some people complained about the acting in the beginning, but I thought as far as all those characters, I thought they were great. I mean, they got me in the story. It was like watching Night of the Living Dead, but with monsters. I mean, and. Yeah, the people were the ones who were the real monsters of the story, and I love that kind of shit. You know, I love it, and I was just shocked that movie didn't make a bigger impact, especially it being Stephen King. Because I mean, I thought that was probably like the closest adaptation to The Mist as you can get, with the exception of they added that ending at the end, that shocking ending that happened. They added that, but even Stephen King said, you know, he did a better job than I would have with the ending. Because that ending, you know, it just ends where they're driving out.
Well, let's not ruin the ending for people.
No. But they're just driving off, and and that's it. Yeah. It's over.
Yeah, but what they did in the movie.
No, it was. But I mean, I just love that movie. I mean, every time I try to turn people on to that movie and they watch it, they're like, "Wow, this is good." But you know, I don't know. Maybe people saw something in there that I didn't, but I thought it was just an underrated film when it came out. I mean,
I remember watching. We named a comedy, we named a horror film. Mm-hmm. There's an action film that is really underrated that people. It was just bad timing for it, and that is a movie called Trespass. You ever heard of this? It was going to be called Looters, but right after the L.A. riots, they changed the name of the movie. Yeah, and the movie stars Bill Paxton and the guy that played Death in Bill and Ted.
I
can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But and then they have a bunch of rappers in this movie. They have two that I can name right at the bat: Ice Cube and Ice-T. And Bill Paxton and the guy that's in Bill and Ted, they're firefighters who find a map that leads to. Now this is gonna sound crazy, but if they find a map that leads to some treasure or some artifact or something, some antique or maybe some gold or something but it's in the middle of this building, and this building is in the middle of this urban city. And so they go into this building, and while they're there, they see a drug assassination. And so they get, first of all, of course, the drug dealers are Ice Cube and Ice-T, you know. So the two black guys. Yeah. So first of all, they say, "Oh shit, we got these guys who are witnesses," but then they realize that they're after something too. So we just can't just smoke them right now. So there's a siege being held. These guys can't get out of this building while these drug lords keep calling in other people to kill these guys, flush them out the building so they can murder them, so they can get at whatever it is they're trying to find, and also just kill them because they don't want any witnesses. It was actually a really good movie, man. It came out on Christmas Day, the year it was released, and I think that was just the wrong day to release it. So it was,
what? Another movie just popped in my head.
What's that?
And when me and you both saw Sex Drive.
Yeah,
that's an
underrated movie.
I know, that was a great film. I mean, I was laughing my ass off.
We were both laughing our asses off. That's a shame. Maybe just bad timing for that movie. I don't know.
James Marsden, as far as him just playing like,
I think that's the best role I've seen him do.
Yeah, the best role he's done in a long time. I mean, and they actually gave him something to do in this movie. And it was just a great teen sex comedy. For crying out.
That was great.
It was a great road trip movie too.
Yeah,
I mean, shit.
You want to talk about underrated? Okay, so we covered comedies, action, drama. I mean, we haven't covered drama yet, though.
Oh,
what?
I was gonna say animated film, Iron Giant.
I was gonna get. I was in the back of my mind. I was gonna say all time one of the classic examples of an extremely underrated great movie, man.
Superman.
I know. That movie was
cried like a bitch.
That movie was kind of deep for an animated movie too,
it was
man.
way deep. And the action scenes when it got down to the action, it was kick ass. I mean,
that movie
when that robot transformed started fucking blowing up the town, I was
just
cheering like a mofo. I was cheering like a 13-year-old high school chick. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. It's an anime classic now, but it was a shame how they just Warner Brothers just dumped that movie. Mm-hmm. They didn't know what to do with it. It was criminal how they did that. A drama, a lot. Now this is a cult favorite with a lot of people, even though I think it was even nominated for best screenplay or something. Mm-hmm. But at the time when Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind came out, was that actually? Did that do any good?
I don't know. I mean, it had Jim Carrey attached to it, but that's a good question. I don't know.
Because if it didn't do that well, I would say that is one of my favorite movies of all time. And
really?
Yeah. It seriously is. I could watch that movie over and over again. I love that movie. And Jim Carrey is very underrated in the film.
I loved The Science of Sleep, which I don't know if you'd seen that.
I've seen some of it. And
I love that movie.
That movie, I can see why people would not want to watch it because it's the same director, Michel Gondry, and he directed Science of Sleep, and that movie is such a dream. And when I say dream, it actually follows dream logic and imagery that it's hard for people to follow that movie, but it looks great.
I just thought 13-year-old girls aren't in high school, right?
No, they're junior high. Why?
That's junior high. Well, I said I'd scream like a 13-year-old girl in high school.
Well, you're a very smart 13-year-old girl. You got skipped up a few. Yeah,
that's right. So, yeah.
So you're good. We'll accept that.
A 17-year-old. I'd scream in Iron Giant. I screamed like a 17-year-old high school girl when I saw him blow up the town. Yeah. That's what I meant to say, Corey.
Okay.
You think anybody's laughing at that right now?
No, I don't. In fact, I think people are about as puzzled as you are right now. What the fuck is he doing? You're really pondering this shit too.
I should rewrite that.
No, don't. You spent too much time on it already.
I'll bring it back next week.
Let's see what we got here for our next.
Yes, next
email here. Excuse me, people. I turned my head to look at something here. Find another question up here. Oh, here we go.
All right. What's the question, Corey? I'm ready to answer it.
Sam S. I don't know what the question is. I read it, but it's short. I can already tell you, it's like 2 sentences.
Sammy Mammy. Yeah.
What are some movies that you already? Okay, I don't know how this is going to end. Okay. Before I got to the end of it, I see the words. I see the words in all caps. Fuck you at the end.
Oh boy!
So I hope we ain't getting any funny business.
It's directed towards me.
What are some movies that you absolutely despise, that you'd rather kill yourself than watch again, and yet you just love bitching about it? Movies that you never get sick of shouting "fuck you" to. Well, come on, man.
Wow.
It's pretty obvious for me right now what that would be. I mean, it's not just a movie. It's a series of movies and directors who are behind them. Seltzer and Friedberg or whatever their names are.
I don't even pay. I never even knew their names until you told me about them.
Aaron Seltzer and Adam Friedberg. Jason Friedberg, whatever their names are.
The shitty movie franchise.
Yeah, exactly. They finished Disaster Movie, Meet the Spartans. Those guys have given us a lot of ammunition to work with. They've given us some great reviews. So I love bitching about these movies, and I'm thankful to them for that. But at the same time, you would really have to just threaten my mother to make me sit through another movie of theirs like twice. Yeah. I'll do it one time.
Those guys made me realize that Ube Boyle isn't that bad of a director. But
yeah, I mean, everybody
he's not that bad. Yeah.
No.
Those guys obviously those guys just throw out whatever they can. I mean, it's sad when you're watching a comedy and they're not really putting in any kind of effort to make it any kind of remotely funny. It's like watching a Halloween. It's like watching people walking down the street during a Halloween parade or something, with just costumes on from movies and just not doing anything.
Yeah,
really.
and acting out the movie.
Just saying a few lines that they assume will be funny, and
it's like
it's embarrassing.
It really is like if you gave two 15-year-olds like $20 million to work with. Maybe not even that much.
That's scary.
Yeah, I mean, just let them go to town with no supervision whatsoever.
Get some costumes that match these movie costumes that we're spoofing, and that's it. And that's all you need.
Not even spoofing. They're just reenacting.
And they can't.
Shit.
Yeah, and they can't spoof. That's the thing. Yeah, using that word is inappropriate because they're not even spoofing.
Yeah, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
If there was anybody that I would love to interview and not have to hold back, because I wouldn't be shitty. I wouldn't be like, hey, you fucking assholes. I'd be like, no, let's talk real. I mean, guys, you really have to know that what you're doing, you're either scamming and know that you're just making a quick buck, or your humor is really terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest here.
I mean, I don't know what the hell I would ask those guys. I'd probably slap them first and then go, do you know why I just did that? That's the real.
You brought
question.
that shit on yourself.
Do you know why? Yeah. Can you answer me? Yeah, answer me that. That's all I really want to know.
Do you know why I did?
If you ever get in an interview with those guys, Corey, you just give me a little ring a ding.
I know, but wrong answer. Think about what you're saying before you say it. Is there any movie that you like to bitch about though a lot?
Oh boy. I was about to bring up the Star Wars movies. I always love getting in arguments about those fucking movies.
Yeah, they are fun to argue about.
The prequels, yeah. I love how I love how they just take a shit on all those characters from the previous movies, and the whole storyline of what I was looking forward to seeing in those films just gets completely dumped to the side. You know, it becomes a subplot. And those movies I can bitch about all the time. Yeah, you know what? I'll say it. Fuck them. I'll say Star Wars prequels. Yeah, I mean,
those are good standbys, man.
I really do. I love to hear people defend those movies, you know, to the bitter end, and I'll listen. I won't. I'm not changing their minds. I'll just go. Yeah, I'm sorry. I still think they're shit. So. You're right. Hey, keep loving them. I mean, hey,
I can't change your mind.
Yeah, I don't want to change your mind. Good.
If you notice, I'm not even going to get it. I have exhausted every bit of logic that I could use to argue Star Wars. I mean, I'm out. I mean, there's nothing I can do.
Oh, and the special editions. From what they did with the original films, as far as like adding in their little scenes here and there to I don't know what they're trying to do to make those movies really stick out and make sense to the rest of the series. I mean, honestly, the moment that they changed, and I know some jackass on the site said, how can you be mad about them changing Boba Fett's voice? He only had like 3 lines. Yeah, jackass, but the thing is that those lines were completely memorable. Those lines were memorable because a badass was behind that mask saying them, and it resonated through the whole goddamn country. And that's the reason why that character is popular to begin with. If he was just standing there with no fucking lines, just looking around, nobody would give a shit. I mean, he'd be like that other fucking skinny-ass robot with a crazy cone head that just stands there with the skinny arms. I'm like, what does that guy do besides just stand there? He's a bounty hunter?
He looks
really?
Cool.
How does he run?
Isn't that funny? Like in Empire Strikes Back, they showed all these bounty hunters and they didn't do a goddamn thing.
They didn't do shit. No, but what I'm talking about, I don't even know if I mentioned this. But yeah, they went back. And they only did this for the DVD. They didn't do it for the theatrical release. But in Empire Strikes Back, they went and changed Boba Fett's voice to the guy who
matched the
New Zealand guy who played the New Zealand guy.
Oh yeah,
you listen to that voiceover that they re-recorded. That shit has no depth. It has no soul. That motherfucker just ran in there, read 3 lines. He's like,
and got paid.
He's no use to me. Put Captain Solo in the cargo hold. You know. And
by the way, Foster's.
Yeah, Foster's, dude. And yeah, he completely fucked up. Like watching that on DVD and hearing what they did. I mean, I was just like, you know what? Fuck you, Star Wars. I mean, really, fuck you, dude. And I was so pissed. Like, why do they have to do that? Why? I mean, I don't get it. So it makes sense for the rest of the fucking movies.
Look at you. See, getting mad. Look at you. You getting yourself upset right now about this shit. Come on. Look at you. Don't get worked up.
I want to kill somebody, dude.
I know. Isn't that like you just came out of fucking, what was that movie scene you come out of? You want to always hurt somebody. It's not like you just came out
300?
of 300. Ah, this is not Star Wars.
It's not Star Wars.
All right, people.
Yeah. But anyway, that's my stupid rant. I'm sorry. Yeah, they changed Boba Fett's voice. I'm pissed. All right, so let me be pissed. Don't bother me about it. Shut up.
Damn, you went deep with
that
shit.
Get me out of
here. They asked you what movies you despise. You went into characters, and another thing. That son of a bitch, Boba Fett motherfucker. All right, here's a question here. Mm-hmm. Sorry, people. I've got the computer up. I don't know if it's running hot right now, but you're gonna hear a little bit of a fan going. You hear that? Computer doesn't want to be near me.
I don't know what you're talking about, Corey.
Sound like my computer's taking a piss right now.
I hope so.
Okay, this email is from Champ.
Champ.
0215.
What up, Champ?
Had a dog named Champ when I was little.
That's great.
You're like, what up? Dog. I ain't gonna say how he died, but it involved marijuana and hemorrhaging from the ass. But anyway, God. Let's go ahead and get into this email here, and it says, "Hey guys, before I get to my question, I would like to say this point in favor of Proposition 8. If you two guys want to be gay, that's fine. More women for me and you, Corey."
What?
Okay, well,
what does that mean?
Even some for co-host to do whatever he does.
Yes.
Okay, no, I guess he's saying great.
Okay.
I guess he's behind it. It's like, hey.
I didn't know.
I think he's saying the logic is, let the gay people marry because there'll be more women for us.
I thought he was talking to us. You guys can be.
I thought he was saying that too.
As gay as you want. Except for you, Corey, and co-host can do. I'm like, what?
I
thought I was gay.
I know. I was starting to throw my computer down. What the fuck you talking to? Yelling at my computer.
How dare you? Anyway,
okay. So he says, these days I've been seeing a lot of comedies with the same actors, and I would really like something different. My question is, what are some of your favorite lesser-known comedies? Or just some of your favorite comedies? By the way, guys, I'm turning 18 this week, and I'm going to party all night long, and hopefully get with he must be from Poland or something, and hopefully get with heterosexual girl.
Heterosexual girl.
Heterosexual girl. Ha ha.
I hope to bang her. Good.
In Russia, heterosexual girl get with you. Ha ha. Okay, anyway. All
right.
That's John.
Good luck. Hey, happy birthday.
Whatever.
What's his name again?
John.
Happy birthday, John.
Yeah, happy birthday,
I hope
John.
you get laid on your 18th birthday, pal.
And I hope it's a guy.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning.
When you're banging her, scream out real loud, "This is for you, co-host!"
I mean, go to Vegas, man.
Yeah.
Go to Vegas and get wasted and wake up and realize you just married a dude. So, no, what are some of my favorite? Well, look, I don't want to get into this favorite shit anymore.
What with comedies?
What?
With comedies, with lesser known.
We ask this
actors,
this question all the time, man. I don't want to answer this anymore.
I'll say Sex Drive.
Somebody asked this last week. We like Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I don't want to get into like what are some of our favorite things. I mean, we do this all the time. Yeah. So.
Well, I answered it. Sex Drive. There you go.
Let me see. All right. Next email I got up here. Let's do one more.
Okay.
One
more before we hit the road.
Oh, we got to answer this.
Look for trouble. All right.
We got to answer this. You know why?
Ready.
Because it says, let's do this. Urgent. Open me. Open me.
Ugh, I don't know if I like the sound of
that. All right. Well, let's see what the
is that coming from a guy?
What the urgency is here. This is a question I should ask of the last episode of Let's Do This.
The last episode.
Oh, shit. Here we go. But I was wondering, what is your take on Spike Lee's Bamboozled and also blaxploitation films? I would appreciate it if you could reply to this question on the show or reply to this message at all.
That's better for you. I never saw Bamboozled.
Bamboozled is it actually is a good movie, but as usual, it's one of those films which Spike Lee just fucking, he might as well just taken the film reel and popped you over the head with it.
Oh, really?
And it's weird because Bamboozled is about Damon Wayans plays. I think it's been a long time since I've seen this. He plays a television executive, and he's having I just know it has something to do with him having a identity crisis because he is. Oh, that's what it is. That's the movie. Okay, he decides to
fill me in, Corey.
He decides to put on a show.
It?
Yeah, it's been years since I've seen this movie.
No,
I saw it once.
Yeah.
I saw it and I saw it at the theater, and it was hard watching it on the theater because this was Spike Lee's experiment where he decided to shoot in digital video, and a lot of the movies shot in digital, except for there's these small portions where they're filmed with film, and it's not a right mix. If you're gonna shoot digital and it's that big, you better leave it that way because digital looks ugly.
It looks like
shit. Well, back then it looked like pure shit. It looked like it looked like the projector was out of focus or something.
He get lazy?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
lazy black people.
Spike Lee just shuffling with that, shucking and jiving with that HD camera in his hand. But I was gonna shoot a movie, but he shot the movie in HD. It looks shitty, but okay. So here's what the premise of the movie was, I believe. Damon Wayans, he decides to put on a show that features it's a minstrel show, and like nobody would think about doing that these days. But for ratings, he decides to and just to make a big story, he decides to put it up there. And it's already something with going on with him where you think he might be acting too white in his job. He even talks with this crazy fucking accent through the movie. There's no reason
for it. Like a white person? Or
but it's almost like he's trying to talk white, but he doesn't need to talk the way. He talks like this. And everything he says is with this kind of cadence and with this kind of demeanor. It's like, what is he doing?
Yeah, is he doing like what he does, like when he does his comedy? Like, I can only imagine Damon Wayans doing that when he does his comedy, when he's like being the Caucasian guy. It's like, excuse me, sir, and like, it's not gonna work. He ends up sounding like that superhero, Handyman, or what was it? It wasn't. It was Blank Man.
They were both got the same character.
Okay, yeah, they were both the same
fighter.
Yeah. Well, yeah, one's PC, the other's not. But yeah, it sounds like Blank Man, where he had that nerdy kind of Caucasian voice, like, look here, and I'm like, how are you going to take his role seriously?
It's a drama, right?
Yeah,
and this Negro's doing this drama, talking like, sir, I must take umbrage at your idea of what and it's like. I was like, come on, man.
He's too busy laughing.
And I think that's what it was. He was getting fired from the TV station, so he decided to do something really retaliatory, whatever that word is. And he decided to actually do this just in-your-face racist show. But it's done. But nobody could really accuse it of being racist because it was done by a black person. Anyway, like most of Spike Lee's movies, heavy message.
Yeah.
Crazy ending where he had something going about making a social statement, right. But later in the movie, Mos Def plays a rapper who decides to kidnap Damon Wayans and assassinate him on TV. It's some crazy shit, man. And it combined with the fact that he shot half the movie out of focus and half of it with film. God.
I need to see that. I'm always convinced, regardless of Spike Lee, his race, his color, I'm always convinced that guy's just nuts. There's just something that's like a little part of his brain that just doesn't work sometimes. I mean, I think he's brilliant sometimes in some of his films, but other times it's like something just clicks in there, and he should just stop for a second and take a break, and gather his thoughts.
It's like he reads the paper like, I'm just gonna talk shit to Clint Eastwood today.
Yeah, exactly. No, maybe you shouldn't, Spike. Well, what do you mean? Don't you know who I am? I do what I want.
Give me the fucking phone.
Give me the phone. Come on.
God damn it.
Do the interview.
I'm Spike Lee.
Yeah. It's like, oh, did I say that? Oh, maybe I should apologize.
You can see.
I guess, did anybody see my movie?
Can you see him calling Clint Eastwood? Hey, Clint. Yeah. Can no black people in Pearl? What movie? Hey, you did that World War II movie. How no black people in that movie? What the fuck is this?
Oh my
Listen here, you little black runt.
You black son of a bitch.
I chew black people like you and eat them for breakfast.
No, he was like, who's this?
Yeah, who is this?
How'd you get this number?
You ever see Unforgiven?
Yeah. I love black people.
You see, I traveled with Morgan Freeman. What are you talking about?
He's my best friend.
I killed 10 white people because they killed Morgan Freeman.
That's when you almost wish Morgan Freeman would have called up Spike Lee and go, God damn it, boy.
Now look here, what is this? You calling my buddy up. It's my friend. Who are you? I'm the black president. First black president.
Call me Batman.
Yeah. You remember that movie that he did?
Lean on Me?
Lean on Me?
Hell yeah, I love that movie.
Joe Morgan, is that his name?
Yeah, I think his name.
Well, he locked up the school.
Batman, yeah.
He locked up the school. Like he trapped students in school.
Yeah.
It's like he said, I locked the school up so like no bad people would get in.
Yeah.
But people outside were thinking, there's a crazy black man who locked up high school students and he has a baseball bat.
Yeah.
And these kids are trapped. This cannot be good.
Yeah.
And he even came out and told the news, like, they used to call me Crazy Joe.
Yeah.
Now they can call me Batman.
Yeah. I love that, dude.
Oh, I love that movie too,
classic.
man.
I love that movie.
Yeah, talk about a movie. Yeah, I saw that movie like 4 times when it came out of the theater. I loved it.
Boy.
And it was crazy too because it was a movie with a bunch of black people like going crazy at the beginning of the movie, but they were playing Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest thing to me. Jungle! Welcome to the jungle! And you see a bunch of black people going crazy. Yeah. Like, you remember that scene where that teacher just came in the class like, now class, and one of those students came up and just punched him.
Yeah, punched him.
And all a bunch of black kids jumped on him. Jungle!
Yeah.
Okay, if you open your books to Jungle! Welcome to the jungle! Help me! Jungle!
I always thought it was sad that one Hispanic kid that was leaving, like he was all dressed up. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go out, and, work in the real world." And then Joe just tells him, "Hey, wait, what did he tell him?" He's like, "In 5 weeks, you're gonna be dead," something like that.
He looked at me, and he almost had tears in his eyes, like,
"Yeah,
you'll be dead in a year, son.
You'll be dead in a year, son.
You'll be dead in a year." And he's like, "So?"
Yeah. Well, he kind of looks and he kind of like, oh shit. He scares him. He's like, "You're gonna be." I was like, wow, are things that bad for kids back then?
I was expecting him like
school. You leave school and you're going into Vietnam or something like that.
I was expecting him like the kid to turn his back and like Morgan Freeman pull out a gun and shoot him. I told you you'd be dead. They used to call me Crazy Joe. This call me Batman. Now they can call me whatever. The gunslinger. I don't know.
There you go.
Anyway.
Let's.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on anymore, Corey.
Yeah, we were answering this
I know. How did that? Spike
Lean
Lee,
on Me and Spike Lee and fucking Morgan Freeman shooting high school students and shit.
I love it. Only on this show. Crazy.
All right. Now I told you he asked about blaxploitation films.
Right.
I mean, you weren't very specific about blaxploitation movies. You just said you want to know what I feel about blaxploitation movies. I love blaxploitation movies.
I love them too.
There's just I don't want to see them be made again. not like that.
They can.
They definitely fed into a stereotype. But a lot of those stereotypes came out of because black people didn't have any heroes that they wanted to like. At the time, white Hollywood just did not let black people be like the cool leading guy. Sometimes, I mean, so a lot of these blaxploitation movies were made so they could create their own heroes.
Yes,
Truck Turner,
yes, sir.
Black Caesar.
Hey, the Human Tornado.
The Human Tornado, Dolomite.
Yes, he's a hero. And of course, we all learned why after Human Tornado, the black man never to be a lead.
Well,
to be
first
a hero.
of all, you got to learn how to say tornado.
Yeah,
my hero, Rudy Ray Moore, is Dolomite. He had a sequel, The Human Tornado, and in the trailer, you can hear him saying. At the end of it, he's like trying to say the human tornado. He's like, the human tornado. Black Belt Jones, another one, man.
Black Belt Jones,
Jim Keller. I mean,
forget about Foxy Brown.
Pam Grier, Foxy Brown,
boy.
Coffee.
Woo-woo.
Now,
yes,
I'm so glad that we brought this up because I didn't mean for this to happen.
Yeah,
but this is a great segue into what I told you before. I had something I wanted to show you.
Yeah.
All these movies that we're mentioning, they have all worked their way. Now, these fucking assholes, Friedberg and Seltzer, whatever, they don't know how to do a parody movie or a spoof movie. Sometimes the best spoof is when you make something that just mimics what it is.
Right.
Now, and there's this movie coming out called Black Dynamite.
Oh.
I saw the trailer's been floating around. Somebody put it on my profile like 3 times or twice, and when I first watched it. I said, I thought I've seen a lot of blaxploitation movies, but I never. I mean, I'm talking about I've seen shit that nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah.
And this one, I was like, I've never seen this. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then it turns out, I was like, wait a minute, that's Spawn. That's Michael J. White.
Are you serious?
And I was like, wait, that's Arsenio Hall. And I started noticing all these people, but it really is hard to tell because they shot this movie to a T to look like a blaxploitation film. Now, I don't know if the movie's going to be good or not because I was trying to find a release date. It's going to be showing in Sundance in 2009, and I hope to God it gets a release date after that.
Wow.
But it looks like what Grindhouse wanted to do, what should have been, wanted to do.
Yes.
And,
I was just about to say that.
And didn't do. This movie looks badass. Here,
okay,
let me pause this and let me get the trailer up because it's crazy, man.
I can't wait.
We're gonna look at this and have a good laugh.
Don't make me wait.
All right, co-host, I got it pulled up right here. This is the trailer for Black Dynamite.
I'm ready.
All you suckers gather round. There's a brand new movie coming to town. So get on up and check the scene of the smoothest, baddest mother to ever hit the big screen.
Damn.
Main man, Black Dynamite. He's super cool and he know kung fu. Drives a $5,000 car and wears $100. And when it comes to the ladies, he's outside.
That was the best loving I ever had. Me too. That goes triple for me.
You're gonna wake up the rest of the bitches.
Damn.
I get off at 15 minutes.
You right about that shit. You right about that. Black Dynamite.
The game is at an all-time low.
Looks like I'm gonna have to keep some of that heroin just to make ends meet. The CIA needs Black Dynamite now more than ever.
We need Black Dynamite now more than ever. I told you hunkies from the CIA that Black Dynamite was our enemy.
And it's better than Sheriff Superfly and the Mac put together. But when the mob killed his brother
Brother, your death will not go unavenged.
and put the dope on the street,
It's my little nephew Bucky. He OD'd. I would shake this poisonous shit out of you little smack somebody about it.
Stop. We tried that. Nothing worked.
he's back in the game and is playing for keeps.
Declaring war. Anybody who sells drugs in our community.
With Black Dynamite, I sell drugs in the community. Troublemaking, back-breaking, breathtaking.
He killed my best dealer. I want him dead now.
So if you crave satisfaction, then see this action. Guaranteed to put your ass in traction. Black, stack, attack, and match. Backtrack, slapjack, boot black, flashback, ramsack, jam-pack, and steel coming back.
Don't you see where I'm coming from, you jive motherfucker?
Star, Baltimore coach, all-star running back, Ferrante Joe. Ebony Fashion Fair model, Tambula Qatar, William T. Michaels, Ronnie Sinatra, Little Tiny T, Junebug, Bo Willie Peter, Captain Kangaroo, and me. That bad bull Dynamite, feel the animal.
Rated R.
Now, wait,
Captain Kangaroo. All right.
I thought that fool was dead, man. That cannot be the real Captain Kangaroo. Was Captain Kangaroo Bob Keeshan? I thought the dude was dead, but no, man.
Oh, wow.
If you people look at this trailer, especially if you're familiar with blaxploitation movies, and everybody who've heard me even mention Rudy Ray Moore even a little bit, they've taken so much in that. You recognize some of that shit in there, like Bucky, their nephew. Bucky, what have you had?
Yeah.
Except in this one, like that's taken from Disco Godfather. In Disco Godfather, Bucky was like a basketball player who was like in his 20s, and this one, like, it's a little 9-year-old kid doing smack.
Oh, dude, you know, after watching that, I can only hope that Rudy Ray Moore was still alive to at least make a small cameo or something in that movie, like a last hurrah almost.
And he's the one doing the narration for it.
I was about to say, is that Rudy Ray Moore? Because it sounded just like him. I didn't know if they had. Oh, well, fuck. Thank God that guy was able to do like one last thing to really like. Wow, I have a feeling this movie's going to be huge, Corey.
Oh,
huge.
Yeah. I mean, he's
capital Huge.
Man, this movie, please release it. If it can live up to the promise, even half the promise of that trailer, this movie's going to be great.
Dude, the cinematography, I mean, the photography, I don't know who worked on this, but
it
Jesus
looks like
Christ.
Yeah.
I know, I honestly thought I was watching another goddamn Rudy Ray Moore film or something.
Didn't it look like
it blew me away. Yeah, I mean, that guy needs to get an award. That guy needs to be rewarded some way or another. Give him some goddamn naked women or something, please. Jeez.
Man,
they put the B back in blaxploitation, Corey. Jesus Christ. I'm super excited now about this.
It is crazy because the narration that's in that is a lot of that is lifted right out of Rudy Ray Moore's Dolomite trailer. I mean, that's him. Those lines like boot black jack block hat black. And in fact, there was a saying that he had. What is it? From the first to the last, I give them the blast so fast that they ass and their lives has passed before their ass has even hit the grass. But it's
nice.
I'm expecting him to say that. But there's scenes in there like from Petey Wheatstraw, the Devil's Son-in-Law. You can see a glimpse of that. There's a scene in there where these people are running with eggs, and you can tell that the eggs are going to get bumped into or thrown up in the air. They got a scene like that right in that movie, man. He's Shaft. He's Jim Kelly. I mean, they got a girl that looks like Pam Grier in there.
Oh yeah,
this movie is gonna be.
I cannot
awesome,
wait,
man.
Corey.
All right, Cole.
Wow, is it over already?
Man, it is done.
Damn. What a shame.
And now we say goodbye.
Don't sing to me, dude.
To
please.
all our friends.
Oh, I have no friends. Oh, my God.
I'm high off that trailer, man.
If I had a penis, I'd take it out and hit you with it.
That would be gay.
Oh. No, I wouldn't do that.
Only if you planned on marrying me. They won't allow us to do that yet. So.
Oh, God.
All right. Cool.
All right.
We're getting out of here now.
Right, I guess it's time to go, kiddies.
Time to go.
All right.
Everybody.
See you chumps later.
We'll see you later. Good night, everyone.
Go to hell.